numerous articles and books were written by our awardee. Our awardee is at home behind the podium, a place he's stood for many years at many conferences. He's enjoyed spending time with colleagues, even those that wear cheesehead hats. Numerous awards and honors have been given to our awardee throughout his distinguished career, including receiving the Robert A. Rosenbaum Award. Our awardee has had many career high points, such as the fact that he's only had 3 jobs over 40 years that kept him working with teachers and students. That he purchased calculators for all 8th grade students in his state. That he got to work with Mark Driscoll on the study of exemplary programs. He was able to study Singapore, Hong Kong, and South Korea in mathematics programs. And he was able to serve as president of NCSM and a board member of NCTM. 2015 Ross Taylor Glenn Gilbert Awardee is.
This really is unbelievable. It won't be as entertaining, but on an occasion like this, written, thoughtful comments that have been fully edited and vetted by Anne are more appropriate in winging it. So uncharacteristically, let me read. Thank you, Nanette. Thank you, NCSM. I am so honored and so humbled by this award. I'm so humbled and honored to be joining the ranks of the people upon whose shoulders we all stand. I hired Bob Davis and Iris Carl way back in 1980. I was 31 years old. I was in my second year at the State Department of Education in Connecticut, and they helped run a 3-week summer institute. That's how I got to know 2 amazing Glenn Gilbert awardees. Ross Taylor was the model supervisor and math leader upon whose shoulders we all stand. Glenda Lappin was the NCTM president who intoned, and some of you were in the room when she did it, at more than one meeting and thought it was an amazing, I intoned at more than one meeting, Steve, when are you going to understand that not everyone on this board has your tolerance for ambiguity? I thought she meant it as a compliment. Sal was sitting there going, sing, he deserved that. I find and think, and I've shared this with Sal, that his UCSMP bulletins, those articles that he wrote every year, were models upon which all of us ought to write and think and compose. And Skip still blames me for somebody stealing hubcaps off his car. I know, in Pennsylvania, many years ago. And then there's Anne, my partner, my best friend, my soulmate, my wife. We met at the Graphic Calculator Workshop at NCTM. Annual meeting, where else? In Indianapolis in 1994. We got married the one free day we had during the month of August at the NCTM meeting in Hawaii. Skip calls her my better 7/8 on a normal day. And on a day that I make a difference, Skip says, well, and you're better 15/16. Mark Driscoll aptly noted that since Anne arrived, Steve has focused his passion but has, thank God, lost his anger. So true, and why this award recognizes and honors Anne and her immeasurable role in making this moment possible. So it's been... this and you're just, I don't want to read. I know what I've got to say, but it just, you know, it does. And I forgot that, in fact, amongst all of the people sitting down there, in 1984, I met Marilyn Burns. She was still doing all of her own planning, her own workshops. She shows up in Connecticut, and of course, you know, I horned my way into the table and had lunch with Marilyn. And she said to me in 1984, young man, write. Because writing is what hones your understanding. Writing is what makes a difference. Marilyn, as you well know, I took that to heart, and I think I stand here because I was smart enough to listen to you. So it's been an amazing 43 and a half years since I walked into a math classroom at Middletown High School as a hippie math teacher in the school within a school program. You saw the hair sort of sneaking out behind the mask. As many of you have heard me say before, it was the first of 3 jobs, and I've never been promoted. I stand here so proud of the fact that I love being a teacher. I love being a state bureaucrat, and I love the opportunities I have in AIR, and any possibility of a change would have made no sense. And so 3 jobs and no promotions later, here I stand, a passionate, opinionated, unbowed change agent, recognizes just how blessed in so many, many ways I've been, and who firmly believes that, as we've said and as we know, we have the answers. We just can't seem to find the will, the leadership, the passion it takes to make math work for all. And so if this award needs anything, it says to all of us, do it. Do it! Just try it. Then do it better. There are better ways, and nothing works well enough, so go try it again. And when practice and feedback get it right, do it even better. Because as educators, we know that it's never good enough. There is never a perfect workshop or a perfect lesson. There's never a perfect coaching exchange. But that's teaching. That's polishing stones. That's coaching. That's empowering colleagues. That's supervising. Institutionalizing structures. That's advocating for better math, better taught, and better learned in every classroom, every day. For what it's worth, this humbled awardee sees himself at 66 as an idealistic realist, or perhaps a romantic pragmatist who never forgot that it's about the students. My one takeaway message, and why I'm so honored to stand here, is because I don't think, like most of you, I don't think we've ever forgotten that it's about the kids. And we only get screwed up when we forget that it's about the kids. That's what I've tried to do for 43 and a half years, and that's what I think is honored by this amazing, amazing award. I thank you and love you all.
NCSM is proud and pleased to add you to the list of prominent mathematics educators, and most especially to thank you for a lifetime of contributions to the field that we all hold so dear. Paraphrasing the words of another charismatic and talented man, for your many contributions, teachers and students across this globe, thank you for the work that you've done. NCSM thanks you, and I, myself, personally thank you for the support and the encouragement you've given me across my career. Once again, everybody, Steve Leinwand. So next up, it's my pleasure to introduce the speaker for this afternoon. It is, the speaker is going to be introduced, however, by Chad Idle. Chad, want to join me up on stage? Chad is the marketing manager for McGraw Hill. It's his responsibility to coordinate the McGraw Hill suite of K-5 STEM products. And I am thrilled again to have Chad with us. So
Thank you very much. Thank you. So it's my pleasure. I want to, on behalf